single brief exposure to violent media can increase aggression in the immediate situation. Repeated exposure leads to general increases in aggressiveness over time. When youth play violent video games, what goes on in their heads? Violent video games are unhealthy for youth because video games promote aggression, parents may lose control over their children, and children may be manipulated by the video game. Many video games these days contain a lot of violence, and when youths play a game over and over again, they get used to the content that is exposed to them. Bonnie Harris stated another school killing was in the news recently, this one in Germany. Again, violent video games are being blamed. This 17-year-old killer played a game called Far Cry 2, one that has sold 2.9 million copies worldwide, where the player takes on the role of the killer. The real killer used many of the same tactics as the game killer and then killed himself. Parents and youth don't think it's affecting them whatsoever until one day the child acts to a situation totally different from his or her usual reaction. When youth play violent video games, they tend to zone out, and it's like they are in their own virtual reality. Ed Donner from the Live Strong Foundation stated American children and adolescents spend more than 90 hours a month watching television. They will have viewed hundreds of thousands of acts of violence by the time they reach the age of 18. Many experts have concluded that the appearance of violence in our media encourages violence in our youth. Some people are so focused on beating a new game that they will play the game nonstop. When the parents try to talk to their child, they will just nod their head into agreement. Parents believe that video games teach youth by having to memorize where things are or remember how they get through certain levels. By going through all these tough levels, they tend to start building up some type of problem-solving skills. Youths may like military video games and not think anything about it. They can zone out in the game and act like they're really the ones playing, but then they know how to stop. When youth play violent video games, they think it's cool and tries to put themselves into the game. They see all the struggles that they go through and realize that's not something that they would want to go through in real life. Since they are just playing a video game, it's like if they were wearing a mask fighting for our country, but not really showing who they are. Today, U.S. military recruits enjoy playing video games that sharpen their fighting skills and may even protect them from the mental stress of combat. But experts caution that virtual reality can also help mask the reality of war. A reporter from the news Mail Online stated teenagers who played violent video games over a number of years saw steeper rises in their aggression score during a study. This is something that can be very harmful for children themselves and the surrounding people near them. Video gaming is a multi-billion-dollar industry, bringing in more money than movies and DVDs. Now that violent video games are becoming more popular, more and more children want them. The parents always want to try to give their children what they want. But in this case, parents need to be very careful. These children will be our future one day, and of course everyone wants the best for them. So let's stop violence now while we can before it's too late. Thank you.